Okay, we're looking at trend lines today, and I am just overviewing the week for those people that may have missed a day or some days. Okay, so here we have a graph, and we're looking at the price of mushrooms per kilogram in New Zealand. We've got the price in New Zealand dollars, we've got the year down here, and we've got the individual figures up here. Now I got this data from CodeApp, so if I actually go to CodeApp and expand this graph, I can actually go and get exact amounts and things. So $9.09 there and $13.9. Now I know CodeApp isn't working for everybody, which is why I have added it into this, but I will put a link to the CodeApp data on the website in case people want to use it. I've also found this little menu so you can automatically select like jam or whatever you want to do, and that makes it easier to then when you make the graph it's automatically selected. So I've just done that for you guys who are using CodeApp as well. Okay, anyway, we don't need to use CodeApp, we're using this at the moment. Okay, so the first step to kind of look at the shape of the data, I think, is to highlight the dots and try and form a rectangle around the dots that kind of helps you visualize where they are and what trend is happening. So I'm just going to put a box in here and I'm going to make it transparent so that we can see through it and make it long enough. I'm going to use this little swiggly tool here to turn it around to the same shape as my data, and I'm going to see if I can get those dots inside it. It just gives us a nice kind of visualization, and you can see, okay, right, that's the shape of my data. Then I'm going to put a line in here. Now you kind of want roughly half the dots to be on top of the line and half them to be on the bottom of the line. So I'm going to put my line there, just going to make it a wee bit thicker so we can see it really well. Yellow's not a very good colour on yellow, is it? Okay, so my blue line is the trend line. Okay, I'm just then I'm going to put a text box in and I'm going to talk about what this shows me. Okay, the trend line shows that mushrooms are getting more expensive per kilogram in New Zealand between now then change that to GOP because it's actually past tense, isn't it? The mushrooms got more expensive in New Zealand per kilogram between, now our first dot is between 2006 and 2008 and it's towards the 2008 end, so it must be 2007 sometime this data started. Between 2007 and the last dot is on 2022. Okay, so we need to do the dates. Okay, mushrooms got more expensive in New Zealand from between 2007 and I'm actually going to say the beginning of 2022 because that data looks like it's right in January, it's right on that first line. Okay, so connect it to the real world. This graph shows that it would be a bad idea to put mushroom pizzas or mushroom soups, I don't know, on the menu at a restaurant. As they have become very expensive. And then we might want to know, well, how much more expensive? In 2007 they were $9, just above $9. So if we had 9 and 10 as the scale, so halfway would be $9.50. So I think we'll say safely this is $9.10, round to the nearest 10 cent. $9.10 by 2022 they were selling for, I would say that's $13.90. This is an increase of $13.90 minus $9.10. Always put your workings if you want to. Now the bit that we've done so far up here is absolutely fine. You do not need to go and do this extra for extras, but if you do want to practice your number skills, you're more than welcome to. Okay. Okay, we can go use a calculator. 13.19, 9.10. $13.90 minus $9.10 equals $4.80. Now remember that's 4.8, but we put the O on the end because it's money, and we could talk about 80 cents, not 8 tenths of a cent. Okay, $13.90 minus 10 is $4.80. There's an increase of $4.80. And I actually want to find the percentage because I think it's interesting to know the percentage increase, because remember percentages allow us to really compare things. So I am going to $13.90 100 divided by $13.90 equals times, what was that other figure? Okay, so 100 divided by $13.90 times $4.80 is 34%. That's a big rise, isn't it? Have I rounded that correctly? No, I've got to round it up 35% because my number here, the next number is 50 cents, which is bigger. 0.5, which is bigger than halfway. So 35% increase in price. Now that's quite a bit bigger than the, I think, overall increase in price for other things, I suspect, but we'd have to go and work them out. Okay, so that's how to do a trend line. On My Te Kura you have an assignment in which you have to do a trend line on your classroom, sorry. So go into your literacy and numeracy classroom. If you don't know how to get there, just email me. Go to classwork and you'll see trendline assignment. Click on that and you've got an assignment. Now you need to put that trend line on and think about how it works in the real world, and I've given you the box to put over the top and to help you a bit. This little circle here is how you move the box around, and this line. Okay, and think about this question here and answer it in the text box. Okay, so that is your assignment for the week. Awesome guys, see you next week.